to all my dear students. Students, as you are knowing, already I have sent you with the timetable. Your exam is going to start from 7th of January 2020-21. Okay, so for that we need to start with our revision. Okay, you will be having holidays in between. In the meantime, you will prepare it. I am very much sure. So for science, you are having lesson number 5 and lesson number 6. I am repeating. For your exams, for your second formative assessment, you will have lesson number 5 and lesson number 6. So today we will revise for lesson number 5, that is heat and its effect. Okay, children, you are very well knowing what we have learned in this lesson. Still, a short recap I will do. In the meantime, once you revise and when we join again, we will thoroughly revise. Today just just a small revision I am giving you for this. Try to recollect what we have learned. Okay, you are knowing that heat energy is basically the energy of movement of molecules. Okay, and there are certain effects of heat. Heat causes certain effects. And what are those effects? Heat basically causes an increase in temperature. Okay, whenever it is supplied, then it causes increase in temperature. Further, heat causes expansion. We have already learned whenever heating is done to any material, then it causes expansion. Heat causes change of state. Change of state means a solid will turn into liquid, a liquid will turn into gas. All those things will happen whenever any material is supplied with heating. Then heat causes chemical change. Chemical change means for example, a material which was in some another form and now it has been turned out, that way it could be taken up. For example, the materials, that is vegetable, if you take up before cooking, as they were raw, they were hard, but once they were cooked, they have become soft. So here we can say that cooking of vegetables is a chemical change, and heat affects living organism. Okay, if boiling has been done, if we don't do with the boiling of water, what can happen? The bacteria which are living in that water can survive, can cause harm to us. So if that is not been done, then it can surely affect our health. Okay, so boiling of water affects some living organism. That means it kills certain living organisms. Okay, so these are the effects of heat. Okay, after that is expansion, children. Expansion, if you remember, we have taken up a metal ball, and that ball was being done with an arrangement was being done, and it was kept on a hanging position, and a small ring was there, and through that it could be coming out from that ring before heating. But after heating, the the ball, that is iron ball, metal ball, so what happened to that? That ball got expanded. Okay, so it could not again move from that ring. So you can read out again with the activity 1 which has been given. That finally shows up that heating causes expansion. And surely, children, heating will be caused in solids, liquids and gases. And if you remember, there are molecules present inside the solid, liquid or gases. So in solid, the molecules are close to each other. In liquid, they are little bit spaced away from each other, and in gases, they are spaced very much far away from each other. Okay, so expansion of molecules or expansion of a substance is least to be said in solids as compared to liquids and gases. Okay, so expansion is maximum in gases as compared to solids and liquids. Okay, so you need to remember gases expands the most. Okay, after that we have seen some applications where does this expansion happens around us, and in that we have discussed about one atomic fire alarm, if you remember. Okay, over there what was being taken, 2 strips were taken, one was of iron and one was of brass, and we need to remember that brass will expand more, and when expansion was being done, that metal, this strip, it will bend and finally it will strike to that alarm ringing bell. Okay, and the alarm will ring. Again, when that expansion is not there, when it gets back to its original position, at that time what will happen? The bell will not ring. So fire surely causes an expansion, and therefore fire is nothing but causing an heating. Okay, so whenever it is being heated, this brass strip will bend on the other side and the circuit will be completed, and then the electric bell will ring. Okay. Another one example of expansion is of metal caps. You are knowing if the metal caps don't open, and if we heat the metal caps of glass bottles, what will happen? They will expand and they will occupy more space, they will expand, they will become bigger, and then finally what will happen? They will not stick to the sides of that glass bottle, and it will be easy to open up with the metal caps. Okay. Next one is electric cables. You are knowing heating causes expansion of those electric cables. Again in winter those will contract, so expansion, contraction of the electric cables does surely happen. And railway tracks, you are knowing in railway tracks, whenever train runs over it, electric tracks are basically made up of ions. Okay, and during summer iron will surely expand, and when this expansion happens, what happens? A space is being left between these two iron rods. What for it is being left? It is being left so that in summer whenever there happens to be expansion, there won't come up overlapping, otherwise it can cause accident of that train. Okay, so surely for expansion of iron some space is being left. Okay, and similarly it goes on with the steel bridges. Okay, now next thing what has been given here is temperature. So what basically is temperature? You are knowing temperature is basically a quantity by which we can compare whether the hotness is there or whether the coldness of the object is there. That is nothing but temperature. It will help us in determining whether it is hot or whether it is cold. And sure, it will be done with thermometer, that also you are knowing. Okay, there are two systems by which we can follow, or Celsius one and Fahrenheit one are being used to measure the temperature. And there are 2 points, lower fixed point and upper fixed point. So for Celsius scale, the lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius and upper fixed point is 100 degrees Celsius, whereas in Fahrenheit, it is lower point is 72 degree Fahrenheit and upper fixed point is 212 degree Fahrenheit. So this is the basic thing you have to remember, and afterwards we have dealt with the numericals also for converting degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. So the formula is 9/5 multiplied by C plus 32. And for converting degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius, the formula is 5/9 F minus 32. And you all are knowing that thermometers have been used to measure the temperature, but simple thermometer will not help us. A clinical thermometer is being used, laboratory thermometers are used, and at the same time they have given up with many precautions which needs to be taken while handling a thermometer. So this is all what